everybody, Fletch40 here. So it's been a while since I have done any music reviews. I've just been busy doing other things at the moment. I've decided to review another album that I've listened to quite a bit over the past couple of years, and that's the newest Tame Impala album, The Slow Rush. Now, this album came out in early 2020, February 2020, so it is a little bit old now. It's just over 2 years old. So it's not very old, but I guess it's old enough that there's probably many other people out there that have talked about what they think about this album, what they like, what they don't like. So I'm going to get right into it. So it does feel, I mean, it is Tame Impala, but like it does feel pretty similar to his previous stuff, his previous works. I mean, it does feel a bit like Currents in a way, but I guess it feels a bit more, I guess, a less focused on rock elements and maybe more on just more electronic elements. It starts off with a track called One More Year. Pretty standard Tame Impala stuff, just a lot of very psychedelic sounding vocals. It's very like distorted vocals. It has kind of a bit of like an airy feel to it, which is nice. And then we get into the next song. Instant Destiny is maybe I kind of tend skipping this one pretty often. It's not bad, but like there are definitely other songs on this album that I do listen to more. The third track, Borderline, is I do like it a bit more than the previous one. This one definitely is more memorable. It has a more engaging hook, more engaging beat, and it really serves as a nice segue to the rest of the album. It's just it's funny, like I've listened to this album maybe about 5-6 times now, and I still haven't really dove into the lyrics. I might have to listen to it a few more times to really get the lyrical meanings behind these songs, but I'm just really in it for the music. And this one is definitely another one that sticks out as being memorable to me. I think my favourite song on the entire album is definitely Breathe Deeper. I just really like this song. I really love this track. It's really it just feels like it stands out the most compared to all the other tracks. It has like a really hypnotic groove to it. It has a really good opening riff. It's kind of like a real feel-good song. It's a very energized song. And overall, it's definitely the one that I remember most from the album. Also, kind of like another thing that I picked up and have noticed from several of these tracks is that they seem to like end like 1 minute before the runtime of the song is over, and then like the style changes. The overall beat stays the same, but like the whole melody and sound of the song changes in like that final minute. Posthumous, whatever it's called, does it, and Breathe Deeper does it as well. It kind of like changes to like this really 90s sounding techno grunge beat, which kind of sounds like it's straight off from Defunk by Daft Punk. It sounds really similar to the way it sounds in that song, and I'm kind of curious whether maybe Tame Impala like maybe used the same like sound kits that maybe Daft Punk used for the song, because they do sound really alike. But yes, I was a fan of several other tracks in this album. Like I was a big fan of Tomorrow's Dust, On Track, and Lost in Yesterday. Though I think several of the ones that followed this were a bit less memorable to me. I felt like those 3 previous songs kind of stood out to me more lyrically and musically compared to kind of the stuff that was on the last half of the album. One More Year was definitely a really good closing song. It was definitely another memorable song, but I guess maybe just probably the one flaw about this album is that there are definitely a few weak spots of the album. Everything doesn't have to be perfect, I guess. I mean, it is definitely a very solid and very listenable and memorable album at certain times, but there are several other songs that do feel like they kind of didn't hit me the same way that some others did on this album. I think overall I'm going to give this album a 7.5. There are some real good songs on this, some real bangers, some real memorable tracks on here. And of course I'll definitely say that Breathe Deeper is my favourite. Posthumous Forgiveness was good too, and Tomorrow's Dust, Lost in Yesterday all of those tracks were definitely the strongest for me. I'm not really too keen on Glimmer. That one kind of felt a bit like a filler song to me. As I said, there really wasn't anything about this album that I didn't like. It was definitely a really good effort. I don't really know how I'm going to stack this album up compared to the rest of Impala's discography. I mean, this is the only album that I reviewed here. I might get around to reviewing some other ones later on, especially Currents. And I do feel that Currents is definitely like his most well-known album, the one that's definitely become the most popular, probably the most well-received, but I haven't really read into all the reviews about that album. But this is definitely not a dud album. It's not a bad album. It's not a skip album or one that you were kind of scratching your head with like their creative choices. This is definitely a good one, and it's definitely worth listening to if you like stuff like Tame Impala, the more psychedelic rock aspect genre, which very few artists today are doing. So I do appreciate Tame Impala for doing that. Had some good electronic stuff in here too, but it's a nice mix between, you know, some more traditional electronic stuff with rock. Very unique sound. Australia should be very grateful to have an artist like him currently active who's passionate about making music like this. So that's all I have to say. Hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you in the next one, hopefully soon.